What's going on, guys? Shadow Ninja here, and apparently it's a new year, so there's going to be a new Bungie when it comes to just how they handle the experience so far in Destiny 2. Now, to start off, I'm only going to be talking about this, the TWAB, and the most important things to talk about. So basically, just quick recap of what's going on, why we haven't got one. Well, they were very burned out after Beyond Light, rightly so. It was a tough year, especially with all the circumstances that was thrown their way, with working from home, things like that. I don't think we need to talk about that too much. So they need a refresh. That's why Bungie's been dark. While we didn't want them to go dark, it makes sense, guys. There's a lot of stress, a lot of things. They need to recharge and get ready for the new thing. Now, again, Season 12 for me has been very disappointing. So a lot of these changes they're talking about is coming to Season 13. Unfortunately, I wish it was more in Season 12, but it is what it is. So the first part we're going to be talking about is rewards updates to PvE, specifically for the Dreaming City and the Moon. They're going to be making the dungeons more relevant. They're going to be reissuing a lot of weapons and armor pieces. All things are cool. There are new perk rolls. We're going to get into specifics right now, but yeah, so on here on screen we're going to be talking about some of the stuff that they're going to we're going to start seeing at Season 13, such as reissuing Dreaming City Reverend Dawn and Moon Dreambane armor. I think it's great. I missed out on the Forsaken hype, so I came back to Destiny when Shadowkeep was about to drop, so I didn't really get to experience this. So seeing that there will be high drops when earned from Shadow Throne and Pit of Heresy is nice. Makes those things more engaging. Now, the final chest in Pit of Heresy will no longer drop a fully masterwork Dreambane armor piece. Instead, the Dreambane armor piece that drops will have 7 armor energy and is guaranteed to drop with at least plus 16 in 2 different stats or higher stats overall. Dreambane class items will not drop from this chest. Now, they're going to be reissuing 4 weapons for the Dreaming City with new perk pulls. So Waking Vigil, Sleepless Vouchsafe, and Retold Tale are coming back. Dreaming City weapons that drop in Shadow Throne dungeon can roll with perks that are unavailable from drops in other reward sources. Now, similar thing with the Moon, with the Pit of Heresy and the weapons going there. So I can probably not pronounce these weapons, but we'll do our best. So the Premonition is a Pit of Heresy only thing. Heretic, Blasphemer, and Apostate. Jesus, I can't pronounce those shits for life. These weapons will do the same thing. That will drop in Pit of Heresy dungeon, can drop with rolls or perks that are unavailable from drops in other sources. And they're also expanding the Lost Sector Legend and Masterwork rotations to all 4 Moon Lost Sectors. So K1 Logistics, K1 Communications, K1 Crew Quarters, and K1 Relevation. Now, here on screen is specifically what we're going to be getting. Now, on the left is the Dreaming City rewards. On the right is the Moon rewards. I think the one on the left looks cooler. These are weapons and gears I missed out on because, again, I didn't play Forsaken right away. So I played, Shadowkeep. So again, I would like some of these weapons, of course, get the best rolls possible. But when it comes to armor pieces, I'm specifically more curious and wanted more desire of the Dreaming City rewards, because again, that armor looks pretty cool. The Moon stuff, maybe not so much, but yeah, that's just my personal complaints. Now, another change that I did not expect was the vendors that are going to be coming to Season 13, and basically specifically for Gambit and Crucible, and in the future at some point for Strikes as well. So it's important that you just know this: if you have tokens, use them all, because they're going to be completely useless when Season 13 drops. So they're going to be changing up the vendor specifically, and here on screen you're going to be seeing a glimpse of it. So instead of us cashing in our tokens to get a engram, there's going to be reward systems based on how much we play, the XP, and our level of what we do in these modes. Now, for one, this makes Crucible and Gambit a lot more desirable. Now, hopefully they do this for Strikes sooner than later, because I think this is a very, very proactive and very fun way to earn stuff in Destiny. Like, tokens are great, but I really like this reward system. So you see on screen, we get an engram, upgrade module, prism, shader, all these things, ascendant shard. But apparently these also rotate as well, because if I pull up this other image here on screen, there's also a different set of rewards. Now, depending on what you do, I guess how long you reset, things like that, you can get more stuff. And I really do like this automated progression system. Basically, you can reset this as long as once you get you claim the final reward, you reset it, and things like that. It's pretty good. Also, too, we get a little sneak peek of the next season's armor or vendor armor. Pretty cool. I don't know exactly what season that is. I don't know what the logo means, but it is what it is. I think this is a much better proactive system than the token system that we had before, because again, that shit was useless. But again, make sure you use all your tokens, because they're going to get dismantled when Season 13 drops, and you'll lose how many tokens you have. You guys probably have more than me, but I don't know. I have like 3,000 Crucible tokens and like like maybe 1,000 strike tokens. I don't know. I have a lot of Crucible tokens, so I'm definitely gonna be cashing in like that. Now, another thing too, these changes I think are coming sooner than later. I don't know specifically what update we're on, and I know that they're saying that this is gonna be going live with update 3.02. So that could be this Tuesday, it could be already in the game, things like that. So they're gonna be addressing some issues with stasis in PvP specifically, and it seems like next on their list they've nerfed a little bit of the warlocks. I think they could go a little bit further than that, but they want to focus on the hunters right now. And they're going to be changing shadow drive, so now the damage fall off versus now has damage fall off versus unfrozen targets. Max range damage reduced from 50 to 5. Damage reduction during ability reduced from 50% to 25%. Now Whispers of Fissures reduce max mid damage versus non-super players from 42 to 22 to 32 to 4. Reduce max mid damage versus super players from 42 22 to 16 to reduce detonation radius versus players from 10 meters to 9 meters. They're also going to investigate the efficiency of the Titan Super Behemoth, or the Stasis Titan Super Behemoth Super. They want to, make sure it's balanced, and they want to see where it is in the hierarchy. But it's next on their radar. They want to focus on hunters now. I think this is pretty good. Now, another thing too, they're going to be focusing on looking at data to see how well Stasis is performing in the playlist, their win rate balance, things like that. And they want to make sure that all the other light subclasses are as close as it can be when it comes to win rate. I think that's another good change they're doing. Now, they're also reevaluating gun ability to gunplay balance. I think the gunplay when it comes to sandbox is very good. I can use every weapon, and that's very nice. But they're noticing that abilities have, the uses of abilities have climbed as we introduce more and more ways to charge them quickly. So they want to rebalance that, things like that. But they're still in very early discussions, but they're looking to restore a better balance where proper gunplay is rewarding in these playlists, for specifically 3v3 playlist. But yeah, that's pretty much all the main things that they've talked about that were really relevant to me that I took from this TWAB. Again, a lot of things are going in the right direction. Whether or not this will be enough depends on how Season 13 is presented, what activities there are to do, the narrative, things like that. Season 12 has a great narrative, but when it comes to interactivity and gameplay and doing certain activities, it's not there. So we'll have to wait and see what Season 13 has to offer. I think that comes in like 40 days, maybe 35. I don't really know. I kind of forgotten. But yeah, Season 13 is on the horizon. It is exciting times for Destiny, and let's see where this season ends off, as well as what is in store for us. But let me know what you guys think about what Bungie is doing. Are you liking the moves? Are you thinking this is too little? Again, we have a whole season to see Season 13, what they're going to be revealing with that as well. So I think it's kind of early to say this is great, or kind of early to say this is awful. We have to just wait and see if this is a right step, but how does this blend with what Season 13 is going to offer, things like that. Also, next season, we do get a return of a vaulted raid called Vault of Glass, so that's going to be exciting times. But yeah, or at least some point I think next season we should be getting Vault of Glass, as well as some activities to do in the Cosmodrome, things like that. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about these changes. If you guys want more Destiny 2 videos, definitely hit that like button, as well as subscribe for all that good stuff. That's all I got for this one. Challenger here, and I'm out.